Hi Capricorn, this is Mimi with Divination by Mimi. Welcome to your January 15th through the 31st, 2018 tarot reading, with a little bit of astrology and oracle guidance if necessary. So Capricorn, man, there's a lot going on in our house. I'm a Capricorn as well. 10th house has 7 planets in it. Okay, so by the time this comes up, we're looking at the new moon in Capricorn. That's on the 16th and the 17th, depending upon where you are in the world. And the new moon basically is a conjunction of the sun and the moon, with the shadow being cast by the earth onto the moon, obscuring the light of the sun, making it dark. And so archetypically, this means it's a time of planting seeds of intention, making your goals, writing down your goals, setting your goals. And then as you would a seed, as you watch it bloom into fruit, right? Your goals you want to feed throughout the waxing phase or balsamic phase of the moon, growing larger from blackness. So it's very symbolic, but it's also very true. It's the nature of how we operate here in this universe. It's part of the mechanics of the universe. So it's a beautiful time, and it's happening in our home now. Our house. Daddy's home in our house, Saturn's home, that's our ruler, and he literally is the strict father. So he's restriction, structure, the manifested world, Geb, Malkuth, 3 dimensions, gravity. He's kind of the heavy, but really he is manifestation. He's results. He's here and now. Ow. Also in our house, we've got 6 other. So I mentioned the sun and the moon. We've got 2 archetypal females. They are Black Moon Lilith, which is kind of the repressed feminine. You could liken her to Ereshkigal in Sumerian myth, or maybe Nephthys in Kemetic myth. And then you've got Venus, the goddess of love, and she is, you could liken her to Inanna in the Sumerian myth, or Isis or Osset in the Kemetic myth. It's the same thing over and over and over again. It's 2 sides of the same feminine energy, the repressed and scapegoated part, and the celebrated part. So that's Venus and Black Moon Lilith in our house, 10th house of authority. We also have Mercury, who's direct, and he's kind of the crazy mad scientist energy. And then, of course, we've got 2 archetypal males, Pluto, the lord of the underworld of sex, death, money, and power. And then we've got Saturn, the dad of the zodiac, the strict dad of the zodiac. So all that's happening in the 10th house. So when this new moon occurs in our sign, an interesting aspect is being formed, one which might be called an agitated or irritating aspect. It's a square. And the square is being formed with Uranus. Now Uranus has recently gone direct and is in a very fiery and impulsive and youthful constellation of Aries, the first house of the natural natal chart. The first house is literally the soul being born and declaring I am. So this fiery, impulsive, youthful energy, right? Think of a 3 or 4-year-old, endless energy is feeding Uranus. Now, what is Uranus's archetype? First and foremost, I'm going to emphasize the rebellious nature. And it's not a bad rebellion. It is wanting change, and generally for the collective. Uranus rules Aquarius, and Aquarius and Uranus are the 11th house, which has to do with a lot of things. It's our friends, it's how we interact and how our friends help us in our life, in our growth, in our careers. But even more than that, it's about the collective. It really is about how we can benefit from something. Okay, so Uranus is about a lot of things. He's about sudden, unexpected change. He has a lot to do with electrical energy and magnetic energy. He is rebellious. He is an activist. And when he makes a 90-degree square, or again, an agitating or an irritating square with the 10th house of authority, hierarchy, power structures, you will see power struggles. So what you're looking at here is the rebel kind of facing off with the faces of authority, the figures of authority. So this could manifest itself on the macrocosm as activists squaring off or coming to blows with police or riot police or government. In a microcosm level in your life, it might be you feeling an instinct to square off or face off or stand up to an authority figure in your life. Maybe your boss, your partner, your parents, the courts, a cop, the landlord, a number of different things it can manifest itself as. But that instinct is there, okay? So be aware of it and take care of yourself in the process. Now, speaking of Uranus, as I said, it's an unexpected energy. It's unexpected change, active energy. Certainly what you can guarantee is that you can't guarantee anything with Uranus. It's change, and it just is what it is. He has got his momentum now. Even when he was in retrograde, moving backwards in Aries, he was still making changes happen, sort of in the dawn for the age of Aquarius, which is coming very soon. And one of the things that's going to kick that off is Uranus making its way into the second house. So from 2018 May to around 2024, it's going to go back and forth between the first and the second house. But the emphasis I'm putting here is on the second house, which is Taurus. Taurus, it has to do with a lot of things. A lot of it has to do with sensuality, with finances, with money. So you can see where an unexpected energy being brought to those things can manifest itself, possible change in the financial systems. It has to do with the earth, so it could mean abrupt changes in the earth. That could mean natural disasters. Again, we're talking about May forward for the next few years. But more importantly here, as I'm speaking to you, okay, Cap, is it can manifest itself in the body. Okay, so the Taurus is about the physical body. Uranus is unexpected change, so I would warn you to take care of yourself. Be careful when dealing, or driving, dealing with other three-dimensional objects. Take care of your health. The thoughts and energy that the thoughts manifest can manifest crazy shit in your body. Okay? So I would ask you at this time to maybe spend a little extra money on the healthier organic food if you can. Get enough sleep, drink enough water, maybe alkalize your diet. Consider looking and researching holistic ways to take care of the self. Just because this unexpected energy is heading into the house rulership of the body, the physical body and the earth, I'd like you to be prepared and to take care of yourself. That's kind of been the theme here as we approach May, because it will herald big changes. So make sure your immune system and your body is in the best place to handle those changes and to progress forward in your own evolution. So that is the first lunation of importance in this time frame, the second 2 weeks of the month. Then the second one is the second full supermoon of the month. So it's kind of unusual to have 2 full moons. This is the second full supermoon, and this one has an eclipse attached to it. So supermoon means it's closer to the earth, so it intensifies the energy, you know, as it affects us in the manifested world. It also is an eclipse, which means it's kind of a reset, making things, reconsidering things, changing how we look at things, kind of goes with that Uranian energy. It's happening in the 5th house of Leo, which is about self-expression. Again, it kind of lends to this Uranian energy. So you might find that you express yourself more freely, creatively. By that same token, you might just express yourself in general more at that time, because the impetus might be there to make that happen. So I don't tell you about this aspect and this energy for Uranus for no reason. These changes, although they're difficult, kind of like the irritating grain of sand that's in an oyster, kind of irritating the meat or the flesh of the oyster, ultimately creates a pearl. And that's what change does. It throws us off our game a little bit. It's a little bit uncomfortable when it happens, but ultimately it's for our best. Okay? So that's why I'm saying take care of your body, take care of yourself, be peaceful. Okay? Because that's the best way to handle anything that life throws at you. Go within, feel that peace. I think that's all that I have to share as it relates to astrology, so let's get into your reading. I'm doing a 4-card pull based upon some situation in your life, something you're thinking about or feeling or experiencing. I am using the Thoth or the Tahuti deck. Let's get into it. This is for Capricorn. Capricorn, cardinal earth sign, ruler of the 10th house, ruled by the planet Saturn. 10th house being about structure, authority, but also about our reputation in the world. Capricorn's very much a hard worker. Methodical, the goat climbing up the mountain, bit by bit by bit. What's going on with Capricorn? Cardinal, initiative, earth. For January 15th through the 31st, 2018, our cardinal friends. Capricorn. January 15th to the 31st, 2018. Holy hecate. Cosmic Soul. What does Capricorn need to know? Well, thank you. Wow. Okay. And an extra. Let's go from the bottom. You're going through a transformation. Not surprising, with Saturn having recently come home to the 10th house constellation. We're all going through a transformation. Capricorns are. The effect of your ruling planet coming home to you means, particularly Saturn, okay? He's kind of viewed as the heavy, but actually he is the party, the energy that makes thought, Keter, come to Malkuth. Right? It brings concept into fruition, into physical, three-dimensional manifested world. Extremely important and ultimately should be celebrated, but he does require that you look at the changes and you look at the way you're making things happen. Are you doing everything you're supposed to? Are you doing everything with ethics, with integrity? Okay? So first card right off the bat is the transformation card, the death card. This is Scorpio's card. Positive aspect. Oh, wow. 2 major arcana. Yeah, lots going on for Capricorn. Not surprising. I'm feeling it as well. This is the Wheel of Fortune, another karmic card. So these changes and these transformations that you're going through are necessary for your soul's growth. Negative aspect. You've got the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. It looks like we might feel as though we are missing out on love. And then overall advice is to get a move on. The Virgo card, this is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so transformation is happening, major arcana. Whether we want it to, and typically we want it to, things are happening for us. We are coming into our light as Capricorns at this time. With Daddy being home, with Saturn being home in the 10th house, our reputation is being built. We are asserting the Aryan energy of I am, okay? And it is a karmic lesson. This needs to happen for our own soul's evolution. The negative aspect is we seem like we're thinking about the possibility that we're missing out on some kind of a love. We're missing out on, which is kind of unusual for Capricorn. We don't really, I'm not just speaking for myself, all the Capricorns that I know aren't really too fussed about love. We tend to be more about the integrity of work and our reputation. So this is a little bit surprising. And it could be because of the fact that Saturn is home in our house. It could be the fact that we're looking over the extent of our life and what that means. And we're a reasonable, intelligent sign. We know that part of life is other people and relationships. So we might be feeling a pull toward relationships. However, the overall advice here is to get the lead out. This is a lovely night. It's a night that moves with integrity. It's the slowest moving night, very much like the goat, our sign moving up the mountain, our animal. And on the low octave, he is stuck. Again, it's someone who won't move beyond the thoughts, right? Won't move beyond possibly, it can't getting out of our own way. There you go. Not getting out of your own way, because we're ruminating on these thoughts of something being missing. We like to have all our ducks in a row. It's pretty typical of Capricorn. But we're being advised to move on. Move on. Also, I'm getting here is do not hold on to a guilt. Capricorn is a very responsible energy, a responsible sign. So there's a tendency to make sure everyone, not all just our ducks, but everybody's ducks are in a row. And if we are asserting ourselves and transforming ourselves and making these changes for ourselves, there might be a tendency based on old programming and old ways of doing things, pre-transformation ways of doing things, where we might feel a little bit guilty about doing that. Well, what about everybody else? Are they going to be okay? Is everything taken care of before I shine? Right? Is it okay for me to shine now? The answer is stop fucking around. It is okay for you to shine. For us to shine. All right, excuse the language, Capricorn. I hope that that helped. If you have questions or comments about this video, please feel, or this reading rather, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. If you'd like a personal reading, please email me at memememes@hotmail.com. You'll find that email address in the description box below the video. I will see you for the 2 lunations of the new moon and then the second super full moon with an eclipse in Leo. And oh, if you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you did. We're growing kind of small. We're small at the moment, but we're growing kind of organically a little bit at a time, which is nice. And we're building a dialogue. So just to have that dialogue means a lot, especially since I'm thinking of adding on more videos to do with esoteric studies, philosophy, politics, the human experience, or the sentient life experience in relation to the planet we're living on. I think that's it. All right, Cap. Take care, and I will see you in February if I don't see you for the lunations or for a private reading. Bye.